Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Rival Boxing Gym Timer. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today we'll be reviewing the Rival Boxing Gym Timer. You can see that this is a full aluminum metal construction that's powder coated in black. This timer costs $119 through Rival Boxing. The only thing that's not metal on here is going to be the knobs and the color indicator lights up here, these little plastic caps. So obviously you have green, that means get to work. You have yellow, which is your cool down, and red means stop. So you can change the intervals on that using these knobs as well. And the dimensions are about 12 inches in width. You have about 7 inches in height. So that's that. And then you have about 4 inches in thickness. You can see it uses Phillips screws to hold everything together. It says Rival Boxing there on the front. And a 61-inch power cord on the back that uses 110 volts. So your standard 2-prong metal plug that you plug into the wall. And then the front has the actual speaker. So you're getting both an audio and visual notification on where you're at through the round. So you can see it has rubberized feet right there. So I've been using this for quite a while now in my garage. Here in Phoenix, it gets to about 110, 115 degrees. We're going on 110 degree plus weather for like a month and a half. This sits in the garage all the time. I haven't had any issues with it malfunctioning or having any errors. The lights still work nicely. It's definitely super loud, which I'll get into here in a second, but definitely a necessity. I was using a boxing interval timer app through my phone, which is nice because it's free. The only issue with that is that if I don't have my headphones on, then it's kind of hard to hear through the phone and it drains your phone battery. Now this, you can have it plugged in. It's dedicated to just boxing. You don't have to use your phone, and you have the visual part too, which I know a lot of you guys love, is to have that visual indicator, because sometimes you're wearing headphones while you're training. You might not hear the audio part, so you need that visual to kind of remind you where you're at through your training. So first thing you have here, the knob is going to be the off and on. It has a nice click to it, has that nice texture. It's real nice grippy. Obviously that's self-explanatory. Turns it off and on. You have the indicator light that tells you when the power's on. You can choose between 1, 2, or 3 minute rounds, which is nice. So you have a choice of 3 different intervals for lengths of time. So you can choose 2 or 3. A lot of times amateur fights are 2, 3 are pro fights. And then rest in between. You either have 30 or 60. Now you can see the line on it doesn't exactly line up with the number. You know, I know that's kind of a big deal for some of you, but I mean, it's pretty much common sense that that's going to be 30, that's going to be 60-second rest. Now, is this as advanced as some of those digital ones that have more options in terms of rest intervals and rounds? No, it's not as advanced as those, but if you're using this for traditional like boxing, combat sports, to me, I like this more because just this less you have to worry about. You can see it's just a simple knob, you turn it. If you even have gloves on, you can still grip this. You don't have to worry about pressing like a dial, or you don't have to worry about pressing a button or some kind of adjustment. It's just a simple knob that you turn. So I do like kind of that old school look and feel and the functionality of it, because that's really all I need when I'm training. So, you know, sometimes I do, 30-second, 2-minute rounds, and then that's it. And that's pretty much it, man. But I definitely think it's well worth it, considering if you're taking your boxing and your training seriously, and you just need that timer to guide you where you're at with your training. So let's go ahead and plug this in, and I'm gonna show you guys actually how loud this thing is. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in and turn it on here in a second. But before I turn it on, just to give you guys a warning, this thing is super loud. When they made this gym timer, and like most gym timers, whether it's Rival, Title, Ring in the Cage, wherever brand you're getting it, they're making this in mind that they're putting this in an actual gym, 4,000 square foot gym, where everybody that's training in there needs to be able to hear and see this gym timer. So this thing is super loud. And with that being said, if you live in an apartment, a townhome, if you do have a garage, You definitely will wake up the neighbors if you're using this. So just keep that in mind, because this thing does not have a volume control. It's one sound or one loudness level, and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. I put it on 1 minute, 1 minute rounds with 30-second rest. That way we can kind of see it go through its progression. So let's go ahead and turn it on. I'm gonna step back like 3 to 4 feet, and you can actually see it. So it's red now. Now we're working out. You can see the actual green is nice and lit, nice and bright. Even if you're using it in your garage and it's super sunny that day, you definitely can still see the light coming through each one of those plastic caps. So that's really nice. And you can see the power indicator light just kind of continues to blink. It's gonna go on for 1 minute. We'll just kind of stand here and wait, and then you'll see it go through the cool down phase once it hits yellow. So there you have it. Now we're cooling down. So that's gonna be about 30 seconds. And once we're done with the cool down phase, it'll go to stop the round, and then start back up. But hopefully this video camera can kind of capture how loud the sound is with that, to kind of give you guys perspective. And what I'm gonna do also, I'm gonna walk away from it here in a second to show you guys how loud it is from another room. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and walk somewhere just to show you guys how far I am in my house from this, so you can see how loud it is. Okay guys, so I'm about 25, 30 feet away from the timer right now, to kind of give you guys perspective on how loud this thing is, even when I'm further away from it. I'm in a different room in my house right now, and let's see how this thing sounds. It's stopped right now. It's gonna turn green here in a second. So that's pretty much how loud it is. So if you live in a townhome, an apartment, be wary of that this thing is pretty loud and you can't control the volume. So yeah, for 120 bucks, I think it's definitely well worth the price. Get yourself a dedicated gym timer. Again, full metal construction. You do have those plastic caps. You just need a 110 outlet to plug it into. It has these knobs on here that makes it pretty convenient to use. Even with gloves on, you can change the times on here. Works well in the heat. Again, I've had this in my garage. There's no air conditioning. It's 110, 115 degrees in there, and it's done really well. Rubber feet on here. Definitely well worth the investment, especially if you're training all the time. You don't want to drain the battery on your phone if you're using some kind of interval timer, and definitely super loud. So one thing I was thinking you could also do is, if it's too loud, maybe you could put like a piece of paper, something in front of the speaker here to muffle the sound a little bit. But it is one sound, so just keep that in mind if you live somewhere where sound can be an issue. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave it down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find this rival boxing timer, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.